Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jani. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about cross stitch. It's a Flosstube. This time I want to make a little stitchy report. Not a lot of projects, mainly one, but a stitchy report is a stitchy report. I have a few haul, nothing fancy, but yeah, I want to share with you a little shopping. As I'm telling you, I'm mostly stitched in one project. My conversion of Princess Elliana to Catrina, so I'm really excited about it, and playing with colors and threads and specialty stitches, and changing also the beading and having fun. So talking about beads, I am using beads that I get locally. In the jewelry store, um, there are a lot of little beads and crystals and charms and things that you can use in your stitching. So I have a few mill heels, and for Elliana, I got the embellishment pack, so I have all the beadings, but because I'm doing the conversion, I'm changing all the colors of these beads. So I'm starting to get local beads, and they are really cheap, not fancy or anything like that, but usually we get these beads a little larger and irregular, so it was hard to use in our stitching. But lately we have more access to uniform beads and smaller beads, so it's easy to use those type of local beads in each project. So I'm really happy about that, and they are really cheap. For example, it's little bags, about 3 grams of beads, the equivalent of a package of mill heels. And here I get that little bead about 6 pesos, 6 Mexican pesos, which is about 30 cents of a dollar. So instead of paying, $2 or $3 for a regular mill heel and pay the shipping cost and have to wait and all that jazz, I just pay, about 30 cents of a dollar in each little bag. And I'm starting, a small collection of these local beads, and I got these boxes, plastic boxes, and they are really nice to have, because you can see the color of the beads. And for example, I start to organize mine for colors, so I have my my pink box, and this is with gold beads and white and black beads, and yeah, the red ones are really pretty. So because there are many different colors that you can get here, you have options to use in each project. So I know sometimes we want to use the original materials and have all the kit, the embellishment pack, and the mill heels and the water lilies and all of them. But sometimes it's easier, it's faster, it's cheaper to use local materials. And here in Mexico, we have a lot of tradition in needle arts, so we can use different materials, and it's a way to express ourselves, to be creative, to make our pieces our own. So I always enjoy to play a little with all this option. Play a little and play a lot. But yeah, I'm really happy with all my colorful boxes. So yeah, and these boxes and this organization really helped me right now with the conversion that I am doing, because it's easy to find a color of beads that can match with the conversion that I'm doing. And my daughter gave me this very big cup, so I'm keeping my beads here. So yeah, really happy. You know us, we also have to have those little boxes and cute um, organization stuff in our room. So really happy. And I I'm also working a little bit, not much, but progress is progress, in a red sampler. It's from Blackbird Design, and it's in honor of Barbara Adams. Um, this is my red sampler, which originally wasn't a monochromatic red sampler, but I'm doing this in red. I'm using DMC 115, a red color that I love, and I'm stitching this in an printed Aida 14 with 2 threads. But I love this design. It's so pretty, it's so different, and yeah, I mean, it's not a traditional red sampler. It's not a traditional fabric, but I think because of that, because it's different of the materials that we usually use for this type of design, that this looks so nice. I really like it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm really enjoying stitching on this. And yeah, I make some progress in the border. It's not a large project. I'm sure I could finish in no time, but I'm really stitching exclusively on my conversion of Princess Elliana. And here she is. She's Catrina now. She's Princess Catrina, and I'm doing the conversion, as I go. This design, it's once you start, studying the design and the form of the dress and all this fabric in the dress, you can identify the place where you can change the colors. So yeah, it has been, a really fun project, and I'm really motivated to keep stitching on this. It's so fun to have that option of using, your own colors. And again, they are just families of threads, from darker to lighter, and from dark to light. And I just I'm making the conversion in each fabric of the dress, so it's not really that hard. The tricky part is perhaps placing the specialty stitches, but again, I'm just trying to adapt these spaces to stitch the specialty stitches. And again, specialty stitches are not that special. I mean, they are not so hard to do, and I love the effect that gives to the fabric, to the piece, because these stitches break with the monotony of the cross stitch, of all these, field of crosses, and then you find a specialty stitch that gives dimension and texture and a different color, and it's like the effect of beading. So yeah, you can play with the specialty stitch to give that illusion and that texture and that point of view, and that special touch to your piece. So if you are a little afraid of using specialty stitch, don't be there. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube and on internet, and you can really easily follow the instructions to make a specialty stitch. And perhaps if you have a space of 2 crosses by 2 crosses, it's a 4 crosses square, you can easily put road stitch or a eyelet, or something easy, and it really looks pretty and different, and gave that touch of of beauty in your piece. So yeah, they are really fun to stitch, and I'm having such a blast with this piece, changing colors, adding specialty stitches, changing the color of the beads, and yeah, playing with the possibilities. And of course, I mean, the main change is her face, as a Catrina. But yeah, I stitch the hand here, and her leg is going to be showing a little bit here, but I'm using darker color for her hand, and for her leg I will use darker skin color. And in the face I didn't change the color because I want to create that white paint, or white makeup of the Catrina. Traditionally they paint the face with white makeup, and then create all the design. So the colors are the original one from the design. So she have this white base, but the rest of her skin is going to be darker. So yeah, trying to adapt part of the tradition with the design, the beautiful design from Nora, and having that representation. It's part of the joy of being a stitcher. You have that freedom, perhaps to adapt a design, to use different materials, to create your own project, or you can follow the original project as it is, making an exact reproduction. Both aspects of this approach to our stitching piece are okay. I mean, that difference are what make this community so rich and so diverse and so interesting and so beautiful. And we can always learn, and we can always admire others' work, and learn from them, and perhaps teach with our pieces. So yeah, that's my report on Elliana. And I'm well, another thing that I love of this project is the use of Lugana. This is a Lugana 32, and I'm stitching with one thread, 1/2, and I love the coverage, and I love the look of the cross. I mean, it's so pretty. So I am really happy because I have an extra piece of Lugana 32, because it's really hard to get that type of fabric here in Mexico. So I have to order from United States, and we know all that process. But I have enough for the new design for Botanical Garden. Yeah, and I was talking in my Spanish video how with Elliana we see a project and a design so much that we get tired of see the same design again and again. And with Botanical Garden we're going to get tired of seeing all these whips, but she's such a beautiful design. So I'm going to be one of the of the whip pictures here and there with Botanical Garden. But I need to get the pattern first because it's sold out. Yeah, it's a hit. So yeah, I can wait. But yeah, it's funny how some designs are really really connect with so many stitchers. So yeah, Botanical Garden is beautiful. And I dyed a piece of Lugana 32, and it's a purplish, pinkish fabric. I love it. I love it. You know that always hand dye fabric look different, but as I always say, believe me, it's so pretty. So this is my fabric for botanical. I'm going to change the skin color, but yeah, I think mostly I'm going to stitch as it is. I don't know, but that's the plan. And this is the fabric that I'm going to use for her. I dye this fabric with paper. I have a video how I dye my fabrics with paper. And with this technique, you get two sides of the fabric, because one it's darker than the other side. This is more subtle, also very pretty, but I like more the bold one. So yeah, it's so pretty. I think botanical is going to look so pretty here. And we have to find her a name, because with Elliana it's Elliana, now Catrina, but Botanical Garden, she needs a name, perhaps Bonnie. Not Bonnie like rabbit, but Bonnie like Bonnie and Clyde, I don't know. So yeah, this is my fabric, yeah, and I will use local beads for her. And I don't know if I'm going to use DMC. I guess I'm going to use DMC, because I have also some CXC flosses. So I will see. I will see. And another project that I'm waiting to receive the pattern is Ophelia, also by Nora. And I'm going to stitch her, changing her face, using the conversion or the adaptation by my friend Don, you know, where he modified the face a little bit. And I prefer his conversion, so I will use, you know, change the shape of the face for Ophelia. But I have a few options. I really want to use a darker fabric for her, and I have this really bold one. I love it. This piece I dyed with ice. It's another technique, and yeah, I love it how it looks. And I think I really love this fabric for Ophelia, but I don't know. Still thinking. And another option is another linen that I dyed. This was dyed with, you know, my traditional dye technique. It's more subtle. The mottling is more subtle in this one, but yeah, I really like. It's like a forest green, and it looks really pretty. And the last option, it's another bold one, this purple one. I love it. This is a piece dyed with ice too, and she looks amazing. So yeah, the thing with these three fabrics, even though I love the colors in these three, is that the linen is 28, you know, the equivalent to Aida 14. And I don't know if stitching with one thread will look nice here. I don't know, because I really want to stitch with one with one thread. But yeah, I will make some you know, some test to see if I can use one of these three, or perhaps I will dye one of my local fabrics, which is about 36, 38, and in that fabric I can easily stitch 1/2. So yeah, a world of possibilities. So yeah, that is my report for today. Thank you for being here with me. Have a great week. stitch a lot, have fun, and enjoy the journey. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.